What's up, kitchen table wizards? What's up, Magic the Gathering deck brewers from all over the world? If you like yourself a little bit of witchcraft and you want some ideas for your curse deck, you have come to the right place.
Does this mean we can curse in this video?
God, Victoria, you can't appear until the intro has played. And no, we can't curse in this video. So, after a short hiatus, your favorite Magic the Gathering casual hobbyist is back. He's back with a deck, and he's also back with his assistant that he still doesn't understand.
Привет всем, я очень рада, что мы вернулись, и я люблю делать любые колоды с черным, поэтому эта колода проклятий должна быть очень веселой.
Exactly. Yeah, not really any idea what that was about, but what I do know is that Victoria will do the edits now. Fingers crossed that that goes right. And Nora, she has exams, and I will now announce our partnership. Of course, that's with the best Magic the Gathering card market, which is called CARDMARKET. If you're from Europe, you never tried out CARDMARKET and you love yourself some Magic singles or boosters, do check out the description below this video, because there you can find out how you can contact me to claim a free €5 CARDMARKET voucher for you to try out the site. You can order yourself a free booster or some singles or maybe some curses.
No strings attached.
So a good thing about this deck is you won't be cursing at your wallet after you build this.
Bitch better have my money.
Because this deck, as all my decks, is around $50 US, 40 euros. And as always, we start with the flavor, with the basic lands, and add a little bit of ramp as well. I wanted our lands to have a dark vibe, so these 11 swamps from Jumpstart and 5 islands from Crimson Vow are on flavor if you ask me. Also on flavor are these dual lands, 3 Dismal Backwaters and 2 Temple of Deceit. 2 Sunken Hollow and 1 Creepy Tar Pit are also included in this deck. And as I told you, I also included a little bit of ramp in this Dimir Signet. So this curse deck is a sort of mid-rangey control deck. We do play a little bit of creatures that go great with our enchantments or are just great in the deck. Baleful Strix is a great defensive card. Flying Death Touch and drawing a card for 2 mana is just a steal. And the Gifted Aetherborn is also no doozy. For 2 mana you get a 2/3 with lifelink and Death Touch. Both creatures are great in the early and the late game.
А теперь немного волшебных существ.
Timorad, chosen from dead, has devotion to black and its toughness is as big as your devotion. And it can also exile cards from your graveyard. Brain Maggot, as you exile your opponent's best card in his or her hand. And the Baleful Eidolon is just another 1/1 Death Toucher, but it's also an enchantment.
Чары тоже важны.
Yup, this Grim Guardian is also one, a great defensive creature that drains some life. And the Doomwake Giant gives creatures -1/-1 every time another enchantment enters the battlefield. And this is not an enchantment at first, and the stats on this creature aren't great. A 1/2 for 5 mana with Death Touch. However, when it dies, you can search your library for a curse card and attach it to a player, which is really great in this deck. I also decided to give the deck some punching power with a Nettle Cyst, a living artifact that gives creatures +1/+1 for each enchantment and artifact you control.
And we have a lot of enchantments.
Victoria, I noticed you like your enchantments as much as you like your kafus.
Хватит этих каву. Нужно прекратить с этим.
Victoria?
Yes?
No cursing?
Just a few.
Okay. The Accursed Witch is a 4/2 that dies easily, but when it does, it changes in this Infectious Curse, a curse enchantment that drains your opponent every time.
But we have more courses, lots more courses.
Let's start with this Curse of the Restless Dead that makes a zombie with Deceit whenever an opponent plays a land. The Curse of Leeches drains your opponent each upkeep, but when it turns night, this curse turns into a 4/4 horror leech with lifelink.
Scary. I like it.
I also included a Trespasser's Curse that drains when an opponent has a creature enter the battlefield, and a Curse of Disturbance that creates zombie tokens. For 5 mana we have 2 All-Stars in our curse deck, so I play 2 copies of each. Curse of Misfortunes doesn't do a lot when you play it, but at your upkeep you can then get a curse from your library and just attach it to your opponent. And a great curse to get with the Curse of Misfortunes is of course Curse of Surveillance, which has you draw a lot of extra cards for each curse attached to your opponent. An almost similar curse than the Curse of Disturbance is the Curse of the Shallow Grave, that also creates zombie creatures. For 4 mana I also have Torment of Scarabs, that has your opponent sack a permanent or discard a card, because if he doesn't want to lose 3 life. And a curse that loves curses is the Curse of Thirst. It deals damage to the curse player equal to the number of curses attached to him or her. Cruel Reality is the most powerful curse in our deck. At each of your opponent's upkeep, he or she needs to sack a creature or lose 5 life. Now this is really a defensive deck, so what do we need?
Lots of removal.
Power Word, Kill, Cast Down and Hero's Downfall are great cheap black removal spells. An enchantment that also is a removal spell is this Seal of Doom that can destroy non-black creatures. Another flexible cheap spell to stall your opponent in the early game is Tyrant Scorn. You can use it to kill a small creature or bounce a bigger one. Now we play blue, so why don't we play a counter spell?
No, I don't like it. I curse you. Counter spells are anti-magic.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Victoria is also cursed because now she starts to speak weird English. Okay, Victoria, you know what you will like is this mass removal spell I put in that also leaves all the enchantments alone.
Okay, I'm happy again.
Extinguish All Hope costs 6 mana, which is a bit expensive, but it does destroy all non-enchantment creatures, which is great in our deck. So we're almost done, but this control-y deck needs a little bit more card draw to be complete. So we'll end with a Thirst for Meaning, a Omen of the Sea and a Mirrormade to copy a curse. And if you don't quickly give this video a like, Victoria will curse you.
Quickly?
Okay, maybe not, but do it anyway, just for the good vibes. I will see you next time, and as always, keep it casual. Bye bye.